Welcome to the Corporate Finance and Accounting Talent Study Preview and Panel Discussion, brought to you by the Controllers Council. My name is Neil Brown, Executive Director of the Controllers Council. I'll be your host today. And before I introduce our expert moderator and panelists, let's take a quick look at the agenda. First, I'll share some brief housekeeping items. Second, some information about our sponsors. Next, I'll introduce our expert moderator and panelists. And then we'll get right to the study results and questions for our panelists, along with Q&A with your questions from the audience. But before we get to that, as I mentioned, a few housekeeping items. Attendees, please submit questions via the GoToWebinar control panel. We'll get to as many as possible in the hour. We will have 3 audience polling questions for both CPE credit and your own benchmarking. So please participate in the poll via the GoToWebinar control panel. Now, in answer to a frequent question, yes, you will receive a link to this webcast via email in the next 24 hours. So no need for notes or screenshots. So with that, I'd like to let you know about our sponsors who make this all possible. Bill in payment automation, and also recently acquired Divvy, or merged in with Divvy, so now Cards. Insight Software is a complete suite of enterprise software, ERP software, planning software, etc. Allianz Trade is trade credit and risk management. Sage and Sage Intact is accounting and finance software. Burse, expense management. And Visual Lease, of course, is in leasing. So with that, let me introduce our esteemed moderator, Lindy Antonelli, who's partner at Armanino Technology Practice, and she's also board chair of the Controllers Council. And John, and also a Deloitte alum, I should mention, for those of you in the audience that are from public accounting. John Liacone is managing director and a co-founder of the Overture Group, and he is also a public accounting alum from RSM. Lindy and John, welcome and thank you for participating today.
Thanks, Neil. Hi, Lindy Antonelli at Armanino, and happy to be your facilitator today for this really cool hot topic that we've got going on. Hi, John. Thanks for joining.
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you today?
Excellent. I'm looking forward to the survey results and giving you some insights of what we're seeing in the market and what our clients are saying as well.
Great.
Yeah,
really
I meant to mention that the Overture Group is executive recruiting and compensation, and they do have a CFO and controller practice as well. So John really is a subject matter expert. So with that, I'm going to quickly look at the study abstract. And so I'm sorry. Getting back to okay. The objective of the study was to identify how controllers, CFOs, and related executives are managing finance and accounting, or F&A talent, along with such challenges as talent and skill shortages, hybrid and remote work environments, rapidly changing macroeconomics, staff turnover, and more. A national survey was conducted from May to July of this year, so right up to the webcast today, with more than 250 respondents. So let's take a look at some key takeaways. First, regarding hiring plans, only 2% intend to decrease F&A staff, with 30% increasing staff and 61% maintaining staff. Next, 68% of respondents find it difficult to hire and retain F&A staff, with 27 neutral on the sentiment and only 3% stating easy to hire and retain. Regarding work environments and return to office mandates, or RTO, a majority, 63%, will offer some hybrid combination of on-site and remote options. 26% will transition to full on-site, and only 9% will offer full remote. So I hope you find that interesting. While a majority of respondents, 60%, do not outsource F&A, a significant 40% do outsource, and 18% will increase F&A outsourcing in the future. And last but not least, overall F&A pay increases averaged 4.5% in the last year, with the executive category leading with an average of 4.7%, followed by directors at 4.6%, managers and administrative at 4.5%. So before we dig into our survey, we'd like to get your input and do a poll, and then we're going to go right into the same question to show you about the survey results. So let's get our first poll started. Again, use the GoToWebinar control panel. And what are your organization's hiring plans for F&A staff in the next 12 months? Select one of the following: increasing, reducing, or maintaining the same level. So please vote if you're going for CPE credit, and if you're just benchmarking against your peers. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to share the what our survey reported for this particular polling question.
Correct. We're going to head right into that, and we got to let a majority of you vote. So vote early. Not often. We are based in Chicago, but we can't vote multiple times. So please do vote on this with the poll. We're getting close.
Getting closer. Give them a few more seconds.
Yep. All righty, so let's get it up to, yeah, we're into it.
Seeing the results.
We're into it in a minute, so I'm going to close it and share results. And so 49% increasing, 4% that measly 4% reducing, 47 maintaining. So so that is a soundbite, and with that, let's go into our own survey and
our own survey.
Take it away.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the interesting thing is that we're different from our survey is a little bit different from our attendees today. So we said that 2% we're going to decrease, and our attendees are saying 4%. So our survey said 61% was going to maintain their staff levels, where our attendees are 47%, and 37% of our respondents said they were going to increase. We got 49% on our poll today that are going to increase staff. I think this is super exciting. And John, I'm going to turn it over to you for some key takeaways.
Yeah, you know, and just for the audience, I specialize in executive recruiting at the controller, CFO levels and VP levels. And I've been doing this for about 30 years now. In the last 23 years, I've really focused in the middle market. So the survey data that you see is really consistent with what we're also seeing with our clients. Most of our clients, they'll add roles if need be. All right. And the reason I say that is there's been a lot of turnover. It's still a very hot job market for finance and accounting professionals. We see a lot of our clients taking a step back once people give their notice and leave to really look at their org structures. And a lot of organizational structures have been not looked at or neglected, and they'll find that, you know, what skill gaps are there. So those are a lot of the clients that are adding roles. And again, turnover still higher than what we would normally see in a regular market. It's a hot job market. It's slowing down from the 2020 to 2022 numbers. We're seeing some slowdown, but it's still very, very hot. Also, what's really impacting whether people are hiring or not hiring or creating is also retirements. 35% of all the work that we do is for retirements now. People are actually leaving the workforce and retiring. So that definitely has a lot to do with it as well. But but there's such a lack of talent between, at the staff levels and the mid-level manager, mid-level